Hello and welcome inside Yost Ice Arena for the home opener of the 2018-2019 Michigan hockey season. I'm Alex Strain, joined by Nick Hornberg, getting ready for Michigan and Vermont.
Yes, Alex, interesting start to the season. Michigan, as we've seen the last couple seasons, started playing exhibition games. However, the exhibition games do not start until tomorrow, and they're going to open the season tonight with a truly meaningful game that will count. Interesting lineup decisions here by head coach Mel Pierce on the eve of the second season. Luke Morgan, who both you and I largely neglected to talk about on the freshly minted Yost cast recorded on Thursday night, is in on that second line at center above Nick Pastujov, and similarly more freshmen down on the third and fourth lines. Jimmy Lambert on the right wing, Garrett Van Wy starting at center on that fourth line. So obviously Coach Pearson sees something in him that has led him to drop Adam Winborg tonight, who we know Coach Pearson appreciates his defense and his face-off ability, has relegated him to a scratch. Maybe that's an injury we don't know about, but perhaps Van Wy has demonstrated something to Mel Pearson that we simply have not seen.
Yeah, some new faces, and obviously Luke Martin in the face-off circle. He's a redshirt sophomore from Brighton, Michigan, a local kid who wanted to play with the Wolverines. He started at Lake Superior State his freshman year, 7 goals and 15 assists and 22 points in 36 games, a really solid track record. He had to sit out last year due to a transfer, and we are underway. Morgan wins the face-off for Michigan, and it quickly gets cycled into the defensive end, and that's where Quinn Hughes has it as we begin this fresh season of Michigan hockey. The number 4 ranked Wolverines against the Vermont Catamounts, their second straight season where the home opener is against Vermont. Last year, Michigan swept the Catamounts to begin their home campaign. They started on the road last year and had an exhibition game before. As Nick mentioned, exhibition game tomorrow against Waterloo as Hughes carries it into the neutral zone, chips it along the boards. Michigan's first line goes out there now. It's an interesting line. Josh Norris, the sophomore center, has changed his number to number 14, and now he has an opportunity in front, but the puck gets pushed around. Michigan wearing the home whites, and now we got a penalty coming. It looks like it's going to be on Norris.
And right there, you and I have talked about this before. Josh Norris, very skilled, very talented, but sometimes can get a little bit out ahead of himself regarding his aggression, using his size. And right there, I believe that was a hook.
He goes into the box. We'll see what the call is.
And now this is early test for Michigan's penalty kill, which was, without question, their biggest concern, particularly at the end of last season.
It'll be Liam Coughlin for Vermont taking the draw. It was going to be against Nick Pastujov, but he got kicked out. So in comes Jake Slaker, who's been relegated to the third line for some reason, and he's out here on the penalty kill along with Griffin Luce and Nick Boca. Comes out to the point. Vermont holds it, and Jake Massey across to Alvaro. Back to Alvaro to Massey at the point. He skates right in. He takes a shot. It goes just wide of the net and bounces up. Slaker attempt to clear, skipped right over his stick, and then a quick chip out of the zone. Michigan pushes it into the neutral end. Vermont sending a cross-ice pass for Esposito on the left wing. Esposito skates to the middle, looking to connect with the man on that side. Not able to do it, but Michigan can't quite get it out. Massey sends it across. Vermont's got some numbers in the corner, back to the point. They're just trying to set something up. Massey has it on the left point, and he skates backwards. Now will cross over right by the Big Ten logo. He puts it through a shot to the slot. They score.
And that right there demonstrates the weakness of Michigan's power play. Still in the first game, obviously not quite solved. Michigan able to get moved around with relative ease. Nick Boca and Griffin Luce, not known for their mobility, however, being decent stationary defenders, having been spread out there. Vermont able to get a lot of space, and easy shot right there. Levine unable to save.
Tremendous pass to the slot. Alex Esposito is the one who finishes it and puts it in the net. He was standing in the slot, and the pass came from down low. So the face-off is taken and play resumes. Michigan back to even strength after giving up a power play goal, trailing Vermont 1-0 here in the first period of action. Still in the neutral zone, Luke Martin picks it up and he lays it back for his new defense mate, Nick Blankenberg from Washington, Michigan, and a quick shot from Nolan Moyle. Puck out in front, and now we've got, looks like the puck was played with a high stick.
Yes, puck was played with a high stick right there. And however, the first shot, excellent shot there. A little bit of space there for Moyle. Powerful shot, however. Good position there by Stefanos Lukas. And
yeah, it was definitely, Moyle took a shot from the right wing, and it got tipped up into the air, and trying to play it down with the high stick was Garrett Van Wy, excuse me, and he got whistled. So the puck will come into the neutral zone for the faceoff. Dakota Raby had to come in to take the faceoff. He lost it, so the Catamounts get set up. Vermont a year ago was not a good team. Finished in the bottom of the Hockey East standings, only 10, 20, and 7. And their Michigan 22, 15, and 3 got hot late in the year. Quinn Hughes plays it behind for Joe Ciccone, and now up along the wing. Norris and the top line back out there. Hughes goes skating in to negate an icing, and he chips it along the offensive boards. Will Lockwood, who's finally back from injury, has the puck, and he sends it across. Hughes is back at the point. He finds a perfect slot, and his shot opportunity. Pastuov with the chance. Ciccone's down there behind the Vermont net, chipping around for opportunities. It goes back to Hughes at the point, skating so gently along the blue line. Backwards pass behind himself to his line mate Ciccone. Lockwood leaves it back to Ciccone, and he had it chipped out. A nice play there by Vermont. Connor O'Neill just to get it out. Here comes Quinn Hughes. He's got an opportunity. Quickly up, across to the slot. Oh, and a great shot. Opportunity for Norris. He just couldn't get a clean shot away. Looked like a poke check by somebody. Couldn't quite see. And a good check from Brendan Warren to prevent an odd man rush for Vermont. Now they break out the other way. 3-on-3. Skating around the end. A shot high and rising, but it goes over top the net by Martin Frechette. Frenetic pace right now as the puck lands back in the Michigan end. Battled for, and now Vermont digs it free. An opportunity for their second line center, Bryce Misley, but not able to do much with it. Griffin Luce recollects it behind his own net, and he lays it behind himself for Morgan, who got shoved down to the ice. Coughlin now takes it, skating with it. The first line center for the Catamounts, not able to get past the midline, as a good stick check from Brendan Warren, but now an opportunity for Vermont. A shot, they score! And the Catamounts take a quick 2-0 lead.
And the Catamounts have really come out strong in this one. That's another, not on the penalty kill, however. Once again, a great opportunity there created on a bit of a rush. Space opens up once again. And Michigan, early on, particularly these deeper defensive pairings, really struggling.
Yeah, it was the loose Boca pairing once again that gets exploited and gives up a goal. Just a little too defensive. Both defensemen were just standing in front of the net and allowed a grade A scoring chance from point-blank range. That can't happen. Quickly off the draw, the puck comes in to the Vermont end, where Michigan is going to try to get some back. They had no problem scoring against Vermont a year ago, and they know they've got the opportunities. A shot from an odd angle by Coughlin hits Levine up high. We just passed the 16-minute mark when Vermont leads 2-0 over the Wolverines. Slaker in the corner, trying to dig it free, but he can't, and now the puck comes free. An opportunity for Vermont, a quick shot. Puck comes out in front of the net and then chipped up high into the air. Vermont takes it away from Michigan defenseman. And now another shot right in front, an empty netter chance, and they just couldn't put it home. Three chances.
Vermont should have scored right there.
And then a bad giveaway by Lambert for a split second. He was able to stay with it, and the puck comes high into the air. Luke Martin has it land in his glove, puts it down to his stick, and he'll recollect as we hit the 15 minutes remaining in the first period. It's felt like a lot. Vermont, 5 shots. Quick flurry of chances. They've been able to score on their high percentage ones, save for that last one, where they had a quick look at the net, not able to convert. Puck goes in the corner. Van Wy had an opportunity at it. Massey takes a quick shot, contested in the lane. Puck comes free. It bounces around. Levine puts the trapper down with 14:37 remaining. We finally get a whistle.
And this start is really unexpected, considering, as we said, Michigan returns the vast majority of their defensemen. Their only loss on the top 6 from last season was alternating captain Sam Piazza, and very puzzling to see what's happening here. Michigan's defense almost looks frail. which is not a word that would be used to describe their defensive pairings last year. They were expected to carry this team, especially early on with the loss of the top line after the last season, and the offense has had a few chances, not as many as you would like. Quinn Hughes put the puck on a plate for Josh Norris. Norris unable to convert earlier on in this period, but that's something that Mel Pearson really needs to look at and fix immediately, particularly with the deeper pairings and that second pairing defense tonight. Luce and Boca really been exploited.
You get the sense that Michigan just needs to settle down and begin to play better defense. Lock in and focus on the target. Norris to take the draw against the fourth line center, Derek Lodermeyer. Michigan hasn't had a lot of great opportunities offensively, but Norris wins the draw, and we'll see how Michigan gets their offense set up. That long stretch pass went off the skate of Lockwood in the neutral zone, but goes all the way down for an icing, so it'll come right back into the Michigan end. Shots at this point, 6-3 Vermont, 14:29 remaining in the first period. Our score, Catamounts 2, Wolverines 0.
And it's something right there, that pass out from the back. That's really something that Michigan looks like they're almost trying to do a little bit too much out there. That zipped pass out there, out to the midline, just seemed unnecessary.
Norris wins the draw once again. He's been pretty good at that, but now a giveaway by Lockwood, an opportunity for Vermont to take the puck right back away. Ace Cowens is down in there, and now a pass to the front of the net. They battle and jam away at it, and it's chipped out by Michigan. It's not going to be enough for an icing, but another really uncontested look in front of the net. It was Cowens who created that opportunity by a giveaway from Lockwood. Incredibly sloppy start from Michigan. Already seeded 7 shots just under 6 minutes into the game.
And that right there was Vermont's first mistake, attempting to clear the puck into the Michigan zone in order to make it change. However, too far behind the blue line. That's an icing. Michigan now gets a face-off right in front of the goal.
They get an offensive zone face-off for their third line, Lambert, Slaker, and then the centerman Pastuov. Nick Pastuov knocked to his feet as he takes the draw with Lodermeyer. He wins it, but Luce unable to corral it as it goes just past him, and he has to dip into his own defensive end to pick it up. He skates around the net, passes it up for Lambert, takes a weird ricochet off the boards. Luce across to Boca. Boca up to Pastuov, who taps it to ensure there's no icing as it goes in behind the Vermont net. Rimmed around the boards in the corner, Jimmy Lambert digging away at it alongside his centerman Pastuov, trying to get it free. Slaker attempts to pick it up, but now the puck comes out in front. Pastuov with a chance. Slaker continuing to do a really aggressive forecheck as Michigan will not let Vermont clear. Catamounts sling it across the boards. Boca puts it right back behind the net where Slaker has it. On his backhand, looks to try and pass up to Boca, and now a hard check along the boards, trying to jam it out free. It gets bounced back behind the net. Vermont picks it up. They send it along the boards and just not able to do anything with that. Boca goes down to pick it up and pursued behind his own net. A long stretch pass for Pastuov, and it was intercepted there by Alvaro. Michigan continuing to give the puck away with frequency. It's a 4-person scrum. Alvaro, Pastuov pinned up against the boards, and we'll get a whistle. 12:47 remaining in the first period.
And really there, Jake Slaker demonstrating on that third line that he is the caliber of top-line player that we expected him to be coming into this season. A little surprising that he's been relegated to that third line for a player who you and I both expected to be Michigan's leading scorer this season, and he still very well might be.
Luke Morgan wins the draw. Long stretch pass from the defenseman Blankenberg, unable to be touched by a Michigan player, and so it's a quick icing. Just really routine sloppiness here from Michigan. Icings, ceding too many shots, giving the puck away. They need to turn the momentum around. Vermont wins the draw in the offensive zone. Pinned up against the boards at the point. Michigan does a good job to get it free, and out comes Jack Becker the other way. He's got help in the middle, and they're going to call it offsides. He had Morgan in the center, and now some pushing and shoving over in that corner. The team's jostling. Michigan had numbers. Becker was bringing it up the middle, and he was in a little late. He had Morgan in the center and Warren on the left, but it'll be an offside, so the puck comes out of the Vermont end for a face-off.
Yeah, that's a tight call. The Children of Yost very well represented here tonight on this opener for Michigan hockey. Not liking that call one bit.
So here we go. Luke Morgan to take the draw. Matched up against the top line for Vermont, Liam Coughlin. They did their damage on the first power play, the only power play of this game. And winning the draw is Morgan. He gets it back to Luke Martin. Martin kind of fans on that pass, but Warren's able to re-corral it, puts it off the boards looking for Becker, just unable to do so, and now Vermont's got to rush the other way along the wing. Nice job by Blankenberg to get down to his knees and cut off the centering pass, stopping an opportunity. A big confidence play for the freshman defenseman, who now holds it behind, gets checked hard, but he's able to get it over to Warren, who gets it right back to Blankenberg. Vermont's been aggressive in pressing early on, skating along that wing with ease as Blankenberg. He cuts to the middle, gets tripped up hard. That's going to be a delayed penalty. Michigan's power play will have an opportunity. Levine couldn't get to the bench in time for Michigan to get a sixth skater on, but heading over to the box with an obvious trip is the centerman, number 7, Liam Coughlin.
And here's Michigan's first opportunity really to gain some momentum. Now they've gotten a power play almost halfway through the first period before they finally were able to draw a penalty, and something now they really need to focus up going into this power play. I hesitate to say something is absolutely necessary in the first period with only being 2 goals down, but they really could use a goal here or at least several chances to give themselves the momentum in this game.
Norris wins the draw. This is the top power play unit for Michigan. Lockwood's got it on the left wing. He gets it to Ciccone at the point. Hughes on the right side. Hughes skates in with it, leaves it behind himself for Norris at the right point. Hughes there, sends it across. Ciccone waits to find Hughes in the center. Hughes leaves it behind. Josh Norris has it. He gets it to the middle. Hughes just chips it right back to Norris. He skates down the side, back to Hughes. He's going to walk in with it, a quick shot. It was blocked, and then a nice job getting to his knees and clearing it away was Max Kaufman from Vermont. A lot of passing there, but only one shot attempt. It was blocked, so we'll see what Michigan can do with a minute 15 remaining. Hughes skating so quickly up the wing, finds Lockwood. He's waiting for the trailer. Ciccone wasn't able to get it to him. He cuts to the middle, dangling with it, and his shot goes just wide. Lockwood gets knocked down in the corner. Ciccone holds it, sends it across for Josh Norris. Josh Norris skates in on the right wing, sends it down low. Pastuov had it, sends it to the middle, and it's Lockwood. A shot, he scores! Will Lockwood, and Michigan gets one back.
And welcome back, Will. Will Lockwood, of course, had to miss the second half of the season after sustaining an injury to his shoulder at the World Juniors Championships in December, around the turn of the calendar year. And now he's back with his first goal. And as we said on the Yost cast, that's what he brings to the power play. That's what Michigan's power play unit really was missing late in the season. Another skater who can pair with Quinn Hughes, who can skate around and open up defenses, and right there Lockwood able to cut inside. That was actually his second one of the power play, and this time able to slot it into the top corner.
Credit Pastuov, the younger one, Michael, who was in front of the net there, screening, a little Tomas Holmstrom-esque screen, blocking Lakos just enough to allow Lockwood's shot to get through. And now it looks like we have another penalty coming to Vermont. Esposito is going to the box. They had just barely resumed play, and immediately a whistle, and now Michigan, a second power play opportunity. It looks like interference will be the call.
Yeah, I was going to say either interference or sometimes right off a face-off. Sometimes you'll see maybe one guy getting caught on the ice. They call too many men, but
yeah, I didn't see it, but it is what it is. Second power play unit out there for Michigan. Nick Pastuov wins the draw to Jack Becker. Boca has it. Got some help from Jimmy Lambert, the freshman out here on this power play unit. Jake Slaker down low. Becker's shot goes just wide of the net. Lambert's got it on the left wing. That's where he's set up. Slaker's on the right wing. Becker is the net front screen, and Nick Pastuov is the facilitator down low. Slaker's shot. Puck goes free. Loose. Ow! Just missed the net. And Nick Pastuov down behind the net, continuing to grind away at it. It comes to the point. Boca, Michigan's power play looking pretty fearsome right now. Slaker still got it, going to skate in with it. He takes a shot. It hits the glove of Lakos, Nick Pastuov over to the wing. They set it back up. Boca skates over to his right side. He's going to send it in down low. Nick Pastuov for Slaker in the slot. A shot. Puck is free. It's loose. They score! Nick Pastuov in the crease, grinding away, and just like that, Michigan has tied the game.
All right, Michigan come in having a lot to prove on special teams this season after not having a great season, either with the advantage or against the advantage. Their penalty kill, still in need of proving it, but right now their power play is 2 for 2. That right there was the Nick Pastuov experience, taking the puck right in front of the goal in an advantageous position. Could have slotted it in immediately, but stumbled a little bit on his skates, had to walk it in.
Yeah, that was a puck come free right in front of the net, and Pastuov just had it right there and then just kind of poked it in. So we get back to 5-on-5 play, and Vermont really had been the better side in 5-on-5 play, and so Michigan's got to change that. Their power play looked pretty good, but they need to be better at even strength. Nolan Moyle flying down the left wing aggressively as Michigan tries to get a forecheck going, keep this momentum that they have had. Puck ricocheted out, and a nice defensive play there from Blankenberg to keep it in the neutral zone. Now the puck goes up into the benches.
And that needs to be how Michigan plays going forward. Really, as you show there, Vermont struggles when pressed in that same way that they are in a power play. If Michigan's able to retain possession, I wouldn't even say they necessarily need to have the puck the majority of the time. Just when they do, they need to be fast, they need to have initiative, they need to drive into the wings and straight into the net, and that's where they're going to be able to overpower the Catamounts.
We finally have a media timeout, 9:08 remaining in the first period. Our score, Michigan 2, Vermont 2. It's been a rather frenetic first period. Vermont comes out, they get a power play goal, and then score again, and within 4 minutes into the game, the Catamounts led 2-0. But Michigan back-to-back power plays, penalties called within a few seconds of each other, and Michigan converts both times to even the game at 2, 9:08 remaining, and the shots even at 7.
Yes, really good recovery by Michigan, and all they needed was a little bit of a momentum swing in their favor, and that was granted to them by the first penalty and first power play. They were able to take full advantage, and right there in quick succession, a second one. I believe within 2 seconds of play restarting after the goal, Michigan finds themselves essentially with 4 minutes of power play, 2 goals, and the game is now tied up. Michigan, all the momentum.
Players coming back out because the puck went into the benches. The faceoff will come from exactly center ice, right above that block M, and Norris is out there. He is not able to win the draw. Vermont chips it into the Michigan end as we get the announcement of the Pastuov goal over the PA. Kaufman not able to control, and Michigan regains possession. Hughes skating so quickly up to Lockwood. Lockwood so fast down the wing, and the chip in front of the net, and they just couldn't convert. He was looking for a centerman, but just unable to put it in. Lockwood continuing to be so quick, showing off all of his skating ability. So fast on skates. Puck comes free in front of the net, but Vermont quickly scoops it up. Michigan a strong attack right there. Vermont brings it in, and a quick chip into the offensive end goes off Levine's pads, ricochet up into the netting.
And that's the second time so far in this first period that Josh Norris has, one, gotten himself in an excellent position to put the puck in the net, and two, missed it completely.
Yeah, he had an opportunity there on a great setup from his winger Lockwood, but just unable to do it. So we're tied at 2 still, 8:20 remaining. Luke Morgan grinds hard to get possession out of the defensive end. Becker chips it in, no icing. Morgan goes in hard after it, and puck is loose along the boards. Vermont trying to find a way to clear it out. Can't do it yet. Becker's got it while being pinned along the boards. He puts it out to the wing. Nick Boca's there. His shot high and rising. Lakos gets it with the glove.
Good slap shot there by Boca on target. Really, Nick Boca not known at all for his offense, aside from one charging breakaway goal. Scored against Boston University in last season's tournament. So really, right there, any generation of a shot on target by Boca is really just any added benefits. That's not why he's out there. But if Michigan can get production from their third defensive pairing, from their deeper defensive pairings on the puck. That's going to bode very well for this team going down the road.
So Nick Pastuov to take the draw. Slaker to his right, Lambert to his left. We've seen bits of Jimmy Lambert, a freshman, the highest touted recruit in this recruiting class. Vermont able to get it out of the zone. They bring it out the other way. Attempted centering pass blocked by Nick Boca, who's doing a good job, really strong along the boards there on Johnny DeRoche. Finally getting it free. Lambert gets it to the middle. Nice pass between his legs to find Pastrov and get it out to the neutral zone, where Vermont is happy to just sling it on in. Boca down there, continuing to battle alongside a couple Catamounts. And not much going right there. O'Donnell had taken a shot, but it was kind of blocked. And now a long stretch pass up into the middle, tipped off a Vermont stick. Pastrov to Lambert, a quick shot. Blocked aside by Lakos, but a nice opportunity for Jimmy Lambert to get a real shot in on net. Nick Pastrov collides hard with Vermont, and another hard check applied by Jack Randall, who is skating in this game. Out comes Hughes right down the middle with a shot, and it goes off the crossbar. Quinn Hughes turning on the Jets right there.
How does that not go in?
And now Vermont, a great opportunity, an opportunity in the middle, and it just tipped wide. This continues to be really helter-skelter. Another shot goes off the body of Hayden Levine. Opportunities and real high percentage scoring chances on both ends. Quinn Hughes has got it, and he sends it over to Joe Ciccone. Ciccone skates across the blue line, and now up where holding it for a quick second, and now the puck comes free. An opportunity thrown in the vicinity of Randall. Raby and Moyle all there, and a shot opportunity for Raby. He's going to spin it over to the middle, and a centering shot by Randall goes wide. Michigan hammering away right now in the offensive end. Garrett Van Wy sends it over to the middle. Down there is Randall. Rimmed around the boards over the stick of Hughes. They're going to say it touched enough of his stick that there is no icing. Both teams will get changes. 5:56 remaining in the first period. Michigan 2, Vermont 2. Hughes skating with it so well into the offensive end. Quickly had it taken away. Vermont with a rush out the other direction. Alex Esposito passed to the middle to Alvaro, and putting the glove down was Levine to make sure no rebound.
And right there again, Vermont, now that Michigan's really wrested control of this game, the Catamounts really resorting to breakaways, and that's something for a Michigan team that's going to want to possess the puck, play a wide-open, free-flowing style of hockey. That's something that's going to be very dangerous. Michigan's going to commit numbers forward, thus break opportunities will present themselves for the Catamounts, and there's been a lot of danger in those situations so far.
Luke Morgan wins the draw, and out comes Michigan's second line. It's Jack Becker who places the puck ever so slightly off the boards, looking for his line mate Brendan Warren as they all go into the corner chasing after it. Morgan leading that crew. Blankenberg decides to pinch up to keep the puck into the zone, and he does well to do it. Luke Martin steps in as well to try and continue to keep the pressure on the Catamounts. Warren gets it free, comes to the middle. Blankenberg cranks a slap shot. It deflects off a skate. No one knew where it was. Finally, they realized it comes into the middle. Warren, an opportunity and a good shot right into the glove of Stefanos Lakos, who's starting to have to come up big for Vermont.
Yeah, Stefanos Lakos listed at the end of Vermont's goalie depth chart. Bit interesting. Interesting choice there. However, obviously he's
the starter.
He is the starter tonight. But he's played relatively well. It's obvious Kevin Snedden has trust in him, but that's something that Michigan potentially can take advantage of that as not necessarily as experienced.
Well, Lakos is an example of a guy who has a bad defense, because he had a real good save percentage last year, and he had an almost goals against average of 3. So just a rough defense in front of him, but he's come up with some big saves here as Michigan's face-off, not able to keep it into the zone. They had to go back in their own end where Nick Boca had picked it up. Now they bring it on into the offensive end, and a little offsides. Norris was in a bit too early on the right wing as Boca carried it.
And that's something that's going to have to be sorted out. Another rush there that appeared that could potentially cause a lot of damage to Vermont, however, once again ruined by offside, getting a little bit too aggressive there.
Well, 4:48 remaining in the first period of action. Michigan 2, Vermont 2. We've got a graphic up on the board where they're trying to guess the Swedish word for spark plug. Well, of course, Adam Winberg.
Adam Winberg does not have to guess.
Yeah, He is a Swede, and I understand you were in Sweden this summer.
Yeah, but I can't say that I learned the meaning of Tändstift.
Both teams huddled over at their benches. 4:48 remaining in period one. Shots now 12-11 in favor of the Wolverines, who have taken control mostly of this game. They've ceded the occasional opportunity for Vermont, but after an opening blitz where they got punched in the mouth a couple times, they've really steadied this game, slowed it down, and been able to press forward, evening it up as we enter the final stages of the first period. Josh Norris in the top line out there. Norris wins the draw. He's been pretty good on faceoffs. Michigan has as a whole today. That chip-in took an odd bounce off the boards, and now they've got an opportunity for a breakaway, but a nice back check from Nick Boca, and Griffin Luce applies a good check. Back checking also was Michael Pastrov, and that opportunity goes right through the crease. Massey picks it up at the left point for Vermont. Finding O'Donnell in the middle. Shot blocked by Boca. Another shot. They score! There might be some interference, though. We'll see what the referees rule. Well, they're going to debate it, and I think they're going to go and replay. There was chatting, and now I think they're going to count it. Skating over to the box are the referees. That's going to count as a good goal, so Vermont takes the lead right back, 3-2.
Yeah, looking at the replay, that's not really an interference. That's a bit lucky for Vermont there, but you create your own luck. They were in that situation. They'd earned it, and bouncing puck into the net.
So Pastuov wins the draw. Hughes controls it over to Saccone, 3-2 Vermont. They have scored a lot more than people would expect here in this first period, but Michigan still has over 4 minutes to get the goal back. They responded very well after going down 2-0 early in the period. Hughes holds it behind the Michigan net, gets it up to Saccone, pass to Slaker. It got tipped around and still bouncing at the blue line before Pastrov puts it in. Michigan had to wait to get back on sides. Owen Grant goes in after it for the Catamounts. He waits and he kind of fans on his attempt to get it out. Now it goes into the middle, and Vermont will finally bring it on out. That shot is blocked. Quinn Hughes got in front of it. Take it away. Give it over to Saccone to the middle. Hughes continues to skate in with it. Puck gets tipped, and again, Vermont really taking advantage of those bounces. Skating into the middle is Frechette, but that shot goes wide of the net. Pretty harmless chances. He was trying to do a spinorama with it. Brendan Warren goes through the legs of a man as he chips it on deep. Getting some help from Garrett Van Wy, but Vermont controls a chance to bring it out of their own end, and they connect all the way up, bringing it in. Another half breakaway opportunity, but then, as always, Michigan back cheps down. Blankenberg in there alongside Van Wy. A handful of freshmen out there on the ice right now. Scooping it up is Brendan Warren. Lays it behind for Blankenberg, who holds it, passes it across to Luke Martin. Long stretch pass up for Nolan Moyle. Puck just goes off his stick. Holding with it are the Catamounts out to neutral zone, and Nick Boca sends it in. Michigan has to get back on sides, and they do. Vermont skates with it. Pursued by the Wolverines, flipped up high into the air. It bounces off the boards. Griffin Luce taps it for Nick Boca. Boca puts it off the boards, and now Michigan's got a potential for numbers. They bring it on in, and another offsides for the Wolverines. Hard contact after the whistle. 2:13 remaining in the period.
Oh, that's the first offside call that I looked at, and I not really sure about that one. That's like the first one, very tight. I think that time Michigan a little bit unlucky there with the call.
Yeah, hard hip check applied to Jack Randall, got flipped up into the air. Norris not able to win that draw, but Boca quickly comes right in and taps it into the Vermont end, where it is scooped up by Owen Grant. Looking for a man, not able to find him. Griffin Luce has to skate backwards quickly to pick that puck up and ensure that Vermont does not get to it. Lockwood taps it off the boards. Norris there along the side. Thomas has got it, and his pocket picked there by Michael Pastrov. Lockwood takes it away. He skates on in with it, leaves it for Norris. A quick shot, and Josh Norris puts it just right into the body of Stefanos Lakos. Boca takes a shot from the point, and Now Vermont finally does clear it out, making sure not to do an icing all the way up for Norris, who brings it quickly back on in. Lockwood's got it, trying to be a little fancy with the puck. Loses that opportunity. Boca tries to pinch in, and now a 3-on-1 chance for Vermont. They bring it on in, and a shot. Nice save by Levine. A wraparound opportunity, nothing there, and now Michigan's got a chance. Lambert on a potential one-on-one, skating in with it, a toe drag, but a nice defensive play there by Carter Long to deny him the puck. Just about a minute remaining in the first period as the puck comes out to center ice. That's where Quinn Hughes picks it up. He turns around in place with it, and now does a quick spinorama the other way, looking for Jimmy Lambert, who puts it off the boards in behind Stefanos Lakos. That's where Nick Pastuov will try to pick it up, bounces off the boards. Pursued hard by Carter Long. Vermont trying to find a way to get it out. They cannot. Jake Slaker picks it up. He skates with it. Curling going to try and do a backhand high and rising over the top of the post. Quinn Hughes takes a shot. Not able to convert. Saccone flips it high in front, japping away at it. Was Lambert still in the corner. Vermont cannot get it out. 25 seconds remaining in the period. They tap it off the boards. They're finally able to get it out. Slaker picks it up there. Does Michigan have one final rush with 15 seconds left? Slaker skates in, and he just sends it right in on net. Lakos puts the glove down with 11 seconds remaining.
And right here, Michigan really pressing to get that equalizing goal before the first period. Obviously, the score at that third goal changes the dynamic of this game completely. If it remains 3-2 at the break, you go in with your heads a little bit lower. You got to make some more. You have to make really some more adjustments, knowing that you have to outscore the other team by one. You come in to even tie and force overtime.
And that draw, one to the point. Quinn Hughes going to skate in with it. 8 seconds, tried to do a centering pass. Nothing there, and it'll go all the way back down where Luke Morgan passes it off the boards. Coughlin going to skate on in with it. His shot too late anyway, and it was blocked. So at the end of the first period, it's Vermont 3, Michigan 2. A very odd first period, but we will be back for the second period of action in just a little bit. All right, we are back. Just about 2 minutes to go before the start of the second period of action. Our score, Vermont 3, Michigan 2. In a bit of an interesting first period, Vermont comes out, gets 2 goals in the first 4 minutes. Michigan answers quickly, and then it kind of evens out, chances both ends. Michigan really forecheck for a while, but Vermont then gets an opportunity. They convert, take a 3-2 lead into the first period. What did you see?
Well, if there's any positive Michigan can take away from the first period, it's their offense in general, their power play in particular. On the power play, both their goals, they didn't really mess around. Very aggressive, very effective, and able to, as we said, Lockwood from the center between the 2 circles, and Pastujov able to just walk the puck into the goal. But on the other end, issues abound. Much of it's on the second line pairing of Griffin Luce and Nick Boca, both guilty parties on the first 2 goals, and only one of them was on the penalty kill. And it's something that they're going to have to address more in the defense. As we said earlier, the defense with a lot of experience is expected to be solid. They've really been very problematic thus far. Michigan, really what they need to do is they really need to take the initiative when they don't have the puck. And we were talking about it at the break. They've really just been sitting back and let Vermont move the puck around. They really need to, particularly in even strength, move around a little bit more, try to force Vermont's players off the puck and disrupt the possessions, and really just be more active in their defending.
So, the horn is about to sound as we begin the second period. Our score, Vermont 3, Michigan 2. We'll see how the Wolverines come out. Our goal scorers in this contest, Alex Esposito, 2 goals early in the game, 1 on the power play and then an even strength. Will Lockwood and Nick Pastujov a pair of power play goals for the Wolverines, and then Max Kaufman at even strength. For Michigan, Jake Slaker leads in shots with 4. Ciccone, Boca both with 2. For the Catamounts, Esposito, the 2-goal scorer, leads the team with 3 shots. Kaufman with 2. Connor O'Neill also with 2. Shots in that first period overall, 16 for the Wolverines, 13 for the Catamounts.
Yeah, and really that's it right there. Michigan got more shots despite really coming out flat for the first half of the period. We should expect, wouldn't surprise me at all if there's a lot more shots, particularly in Michigan's favor in this second period. I think Michigan will seek to control the period a little bit more. However, when the opportunities come about, Michigan really has not answered the call. Hayden Levine's save percentage tonight is only .769 against Lekis's, I believe it's .875.
Well, Levine has definitely had to face a lot of quality scoring chances, and that's the thing when you look at shots, percentage of your shots that are high quality chances. Vermont's got quite a few of them tonight. Teams now back out onto the ice, getting ready to go. Puck placed in the center where the puck drop will be. We switch ends, so Michigan will be attacking the end closer to where we are. Lekos in one net, Levine in the other. Michigan once again rolling with their second line to start the period. That's how they begin period number 1. That's how they'll begin period number 2. That's Luke Morgan in the middle, and Warren on one wing, Jack Becker on the other. Vermont will roll with their top line. Liam Coffin, Alex Esposito, and Matt Alvaro. That line produced 2 goals.
Yes, Esposito in particular has looked dangerous coming in from that right wing. Once he gets to the center, Levine really has had issues seeing him and stopping him.
Luke Morgan still skating around. Everyone's kind of waiting. I'm not sure what we're waiting for. The players just keep skating in place to stay warm. Now we finally get an indication from the referees that we can begin. Morgan and Coughlin step into the face-off dot, and Morgan wins it right back to Ciccone, but it goes square between the legs, and Ciccone quickly chips it all the way back down. They say it should have been touched by Jake Massey, and so icing is waved off. Luke Morgan dives in to pick it up. Brendan Warren's got it down below. Morgan grabs it, spins with it, pursued by Massey, and Morgan just throws it from an odd angle and Lakos does a good job to corral the rebound, get the trapper on it.
I think Morgan was really right there trying to play a pass behind to Warren behind the net. I think he mistimed a little bit, getting harassed there by Alvaro, and ultimately accidentally sent it goalward. Good play by Lekos to cover that up and stop any chance of anything happening right there.
It'll give Michigan an offensive zone face-off with 19:37 to go in the second period. Just 23 seconds into the new frame, they kick out the second line and bring on the top line. It'll be Norris taking it against the third line, and Craig Puffer for Vermont. And we've got an infraction. Not sure who it was, and it looks like it's on Norris. He gets kicked out. Lockwood will come in instead, and he does well to tie it up. Oh! Norris takes a shot right off the post. Hughes comes right in to try and make sure it stays in the offensive end, does well enough for a minute, but Lockwood stymieing the Vermont rush before they finally bring it on in. Wristed lightly over towards Levine. He blocks it aside. Michigan has hit a couple posts today. One was Hughes in the first, and then Norris hitting some iron as well.
I believe Jack Becker also once hit a bar.
Score remains 3-2, but that was a really high-quality opportunity for the Wolverines. Those look like they're going to continue. Lockwood brings it on in. He cuts to the middle, gets pursued, and Vermont quickly takes it away. Griffin Luce coming on, and Luce gets stripped of the puck. A quick shot high and rising over top by Vermont. Pastuov goes flipping up into the air, losing the puck for a split second, but Michigan takes it right back. Norris brings it on in. He's got Pastuov with him, trying to dangle around a Vermont defenseman. He goes down to the ice, and looks like it's going to be, I think, a penalty coming to Vermont. The one referee has his hand in the air, but Levine hasn't come off the ice. I'm not really sure. Yeah, he's going to whistle it as Vermont touches the puck. That's a penalty. I don't know why Michigan didn't see that.
There's a little bit of ambiguity right there. You notice people in the crowd didn't really notice that happening. Really, only one referee had his arm extended.
It was Corey Thomas that's going to the box. I'm not sure if it'll be hooking or what it will be, but he was pursuing Norris quite aggressively as Norris went down the right flank. And it'll give Michigan 2 minutes to try and even this game. They are 2 for 2 on power plays today. It'll be the second unit coming out first off. Nick Pastuov in the face-off circle. He is unable to win it. Massey trying to clear it right out, and he does. Boca goes all the way back down.
That's a hook.
It is a hooking call. Boca's got it down on the wing. Plays it for Slaker. Slaker holds with it, just hands it off to his fellow teammate Boca. Boca looking for Becker and not able to connect with him. Vermont has killed off 30 seconds of this power play without giving up any chances at all. Slaker hands it off to Boca. Both of Michigan's power play units have converted. It was Lockwood in the first unit on the first time through, and then Pastuov in the second unit for the second power play goal Michigan has had. Wolverines sling it around through the offensive zone. That puck ricochets up into the benches. It's going to come in to the offensive zone for Michigan as it was off of Vermont. 17:38 remaining in the period. 1:12 on the power play.
And yeah, really, Michigan not started off this power play very well. Really been frustrated by Vermont. Vermont playing higher on that forecheck, denying chances. And that's really how they're going to beat the Wolverines in this game, is to lock them out from getting shots off.
Norris not able to win the draw, so Michigan having a little bit of trouble in the power play face-off circle. Pastuov comes right on in with it, but not able to corral. Hughes holds it out at center ice, just flips it across. Ciccone drops it back for Norris. Playing catch with Quinn Hughes, who picks it up. 50 seconds remaining. Still an opportunity for Michigan to press forward. Hughes skates on in with it, leaves it for Norris. Norris finds Ciccone. Nice pass looking for Lockwood. Lockwood skates over to the right side, goes right around a Vermont defender, tries to toe drag it to the middle, but lost it right off his stick. So he leaves it for Ciccone. Hughes on the left side. Hughes going to skate right in. He takes the shot, but right into the belly of Lakos.
Good shot right there by Quinn Hughes. Hughes effortlessly able to skate into that right circle. Quinn Hughes only scoring 2 goals last year. Perhaps his shot is not as well respected as other players on this Michigan team. He's going to have to earn that as the season goes on, but good job there getting himself into position, skating between 2 Vermont players. and getting that shot off. Good position there by Lekis.
So Slaker will take the draw. Ciccone on the left point. Hughes on the right. Lockwood to the left, and Pastuov to the right. Lockwood takes it. He's going to leave it to Norris, and a shot gets deflected off of Lakos's body, and now Vermont clears it on down. 18 seconds remaining in this Michigan power play. Really one good luck, which was just that shot from Norris. Hughes going to connect with Lockwood. 7 seconds left on the power play. Again, using that speed, leaves it behind for Quinn Hughes, who goes right around a defender, cuts to the middle, turning with it, loose in front. Oh, and a great save by Stefanos Lakos. Vermont back to full strength, but they're not out of the woods yet. Lockwood's shot gets blocked. Morgan has now come onto the ice for the Wolverines. He's out there with the remnants of the power play unit. Hughes skates over to the side. He's going to take a shot. It gets blocked. Lockwood's got it now. He's going to wait. Ciccone, short side shot. Lakos gets over for the save. Norris cranks a slap shot. That one is also saved. Vermont going to just try to get it out. They know Michigan is tired, and they'll just feebly pass it on in as both teams get an opportunity to change. Hughes and Lockwood still need to get off. Lockwood going to head to the bench, and uh-oh, now a bad giveaway. A chance to the middle. Playing catch with it for a split second there was Matt Alvaro, and just unable to fully connect. The puck goes all the way back down the ice. Icing waved off. Going in there hard is Jack Becker. He got there first but was unable to control, and now a pass goes all the way down. That'll be an icing, and Michigan will get an offensive zone faceoff. 15:22 remaining in the second period.
Another dangerous situation there, committed by a mental error, or attributable to a mental error by the Wolverines there. Bad giveaway there, and Michigan caught essentially with a man down. Will Lockwood rather lethargically skating over. Becker there, itching to come on, and Michigan almost paid for it once again there.
Van Wy unable to win the faceoff. Vermont's been a lot better on the faceoffs here in this period. Been able to win quite a few of them as Michigan's fourth line now out there. Moyle pass to the middle for Van Wy, and then that one gets flipped up into the neutral zone. Liam Coughlin in the top line for Vermont finally back out there. Michigan looking to get right back on the attack as the shots are now up to 20-14. Dakota Raby, the fourth line winger, skates around the corner. He gets held for a second by the Vermont defender Owen Grant. Still battling. It's Van Wy who got a pass from Nolan Moyle looking for the point, and Nick Blankenberg just not able to connect with him. A little too far out of his reach, and the puck goes all the way back down. Levine taps it over to Blankenberg, and that's where he'll hold it. 14:33 remaining in period number 2. Pass to the center. Pastuov goes on with it, and he lost it. Vermont takes it away right there in the neutral zone. Going to try to bring it on in. Nice defensive play by Martin. High rising shot from Vermont ricochets down into the corner. Michigan trying to get the puck free, and a big hard check applied. Getting really physical down there in the corner. A couple Wolverines battering with the Catamounts, but can't quite get it out. O'Donnell's got it, and a pass short side shot. Not able to connect, and now a takeaway. Here comes Jimmy Lambert, gives it off to Jake Slaker. Slaker going to put it off the boards looking for Lambert. He comes right on in, and the puck just hops over his stick blade. Slaker picks it up. He turns with it, curls, leaves it behind for Griffin Luce. Luce skates on in, he takes a shot, short side, deflected. Lambert throws it out in front. Didn't have anyone there, though. You would have liked to see him try to wrap it around instead. And Vermont is able to get a big change, get fresh legs out there. It's O'Donnell, the one who takes it all the way down in, or excuse me, yeah, it was O'Donnell. Boca just chips it on out to the centerman, Pastuov, who goes down hard. And now the puck goes deflected all the way back down. Levine's going to have to play it. And we got a whistle coming. Looks like a penalty. It's going to be on... Trying to tell, looks like it's going to be on Pastuov for that hard collision he had with Vermont player on the right wing side, and that'll put Michigan on a big penalty kill.
Yeah, another sloppy play right there by Nick Pastuov. Almost using his stick again in that collision. If I had to guess, that will be charged to a hook.
A hook or a slash would be my guess. (13-12) remaining in period number 2. Michigan's first penalty kill did not go too well. It didn't last long
And you are correct, Drain. Nick Pastyov is going to the box, 2 minutes for slashing.
It is a slash. So Michigan needs to kill this off and keep it at only a 1-goal deficit. They're still very much in the game, trailing only 1 goal, but getting down 2 goals at the midway point would not be helpful in a comeback attempt. It'll be Luke Morgan to take the draw for the Wolverines in a 5-on-4 situation. He's aided by Brendan Warren. The defense pairing is the Boca Loose pairing that a bit maligned in the first period. Is the referee still examining the ice? Like some residue got onto the ice. They're trying to get it free. Now here comes the puck drop. Morgan sort of wins it, and then he's able to chip it over to the point. Massey does a good job to hold it in. Now the puck comes free, and Michigan does get it out. That's a big first clear. We'll see how the forecheck on this penalty kill looks. Warren and Boca right there along the wing, and they get a good job to just get it out. Vermont gets set back up. Esposito brings it on in. He curls over to the right wing side, just puts it off the boards, looking to connect with a man, not able to do it. Massey comes in to pinch and keep it on into the zone. Morgan tries to deflect and just not able to do so. They rim it around the boards, takes a weird bounce off the stanchion. Morgan chasing out with it to try and create a breakaway opportunity. He got edged off his mark, and Luce just picks it up. He leaves it behind, but that's a bad giveaway. Taken away right away by Coughlin down behind the net, and the Catamounts can get set up. O'Donnell and Massey, the defenseman at the point. Massey holds it. Morgan staring him down. They give it over to the wing side, Alvaro. He leaves it on behind. Pass through the crease. A great shot, an opportunity. It might have hit the bar. Either that or Levine, but he keeps it out. The score remains 3-2. They've killed off about 1:10, but they need a clear to get the first power penalty kill unit off the ice. Loose, Boca, everyone down there digging away at it. Multiple players laying on the puck. Gotta think the whistle's gonna sound, and now it finally does. A bunch of bodies, including Brendan Warren at the bottom of the pile, with 11:47 remaining, 35 seconds left in the penalty kill.
Yeah, they're breaking it up right there. Brendan Warren diving for the puck, really stuck prone on the ground, or the ice, rather. And good decision by the referees there to blow the whistle. And Michigan able to get some breathing room now. They can put their second line on the penalty kill out there.
Saccone and Hughes coming out.
Hope to kill off this penalty.
It'll be Norris and I believe Dakota Raby as the forwards. Saccone and Hughes, the defenseman. Saccone gets right to it after Norris does win the draw. Raby chips it over to the middle, and it squirts across the blue line. So at the very least, Vermont will have to get set up in their own defensive zone, and they attempt to long whiffed on that pass attempt. And Michigan down there in the corner. Raby plays it over to the middle. Hughes chips it, finding Norris, looking for Raby. A deflection in front of the net. And Michigan, with maybe the best chance of the power play, comes on their shorthanded end.
A little bit unfortunate there. Raby, good position. Norris slings it in, however. Raby unable to control, really bounced up right into the glove, or perhaps I'd argue even between the leg pads of Stefanos Lekas.
12 seconds remaining in the penalty kill, and Michigan with an offensive zone faceoff, a really good opportunity to kill off the remainder of the penalty. Garrett Van Wy, man, I keep saying Griffin. Garrett Van Wy, the freshman center, is the one to take the draw. He's not quite able to win it. Vermont does control. 8 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. Cross-ice pass, looking for Lodermeyer, not able to quite connect with him. He takes it free, 1 second, and out of the box comes Pastuov, back onto the ice, bounced away, and Michigan does have a chance to have some numbers. Van Wy skating in with it. He bodies his man, going hard into the net. A shot. It's deflected. Michael Pastuov's got it. Michigan with a chance in the offensive end, leaving it for Luke Martin. Finding Michael Pastuov in the corner. Dakota Raby's got it. He's still pretty tired. Him and Van Wy both still out there, but Van Wy wraps it around and puts it through the crease. No one able to grab it, and now bringing it out with it. Martin lands on top of a Vermont player as a dog pile had started to form. Now puck able to come free. Pastuov got it to the middle. Vermont takes a shot that goes harmlessly to the side. Martin chipping away at it. A bunch of bodies. Two Vermont players run into each other down there behind the Michigan net, and then flipped up high into the air in the area of the netminder Lakos. It goes to the side of him for an icing, and so the faceoff will come back in the Michigan end.
I think right there a youth mistake there by Nick Blankenberg. Not quite able to get out to the blue line before chipping that clear, almost right on target towards that goalie, but unfortunately missing right. And it doesn't matter what age you are. That's a difficult chip to play. Chip it out straight to the goalie to prevent the icing, and right there, Michigan now gets has to do a face-off in their own zone.
Yeah, it's a tough play to make. Van Wy is the one to take the face-off. That shot gets deflected out in front of the net, gets chipped around out to the point where Thomas has it. He's pursued by Pastrov, who gets his stick in there. Nice job to, even if the faceoff will stay in the Michigan end, it does get the whistle. They can finally get a change.
And now another faceoff in that zone. That's something Michigan is really going to have to kill this one off, and the reason is that Vermont really thrives off of these plays like this where they have it in their zone, but Michigan able to get out of it.
So Michigan wins the draw. Lockwood brings it on out. First line out there for the Wolverines. Norris and Michael Pastrov and Will Lockwood. Puck goes down behind. An aggressive forecheck here as Quinn Hughes pinches up to keep it in the Catamount end. Michael Pastrov, who's played a lot more tonight than he did most of last year in the typical game, out on the first line, continuing to battle as no one really has been able to control, but it's been in the Catamount end for a while. Hughes finally does get control as he got a pass from Lockwood. Now he'll curl around a backhand saucer pass for Ciccone, who takes a shot. It gets blocked in front of the net. Ricochets back out, but Michigan continues to control. Hughes does a spin move, leaves it behind for Will Lockwood. Lockwood going to cut into the middle. He waits, he shoots. I think it got a piece of Lakos, or perhaps a stick as it ricocheted high into the air. Vermont trying to clear, they are not able to. Lockwood holds it in. He gets pressed hard against the boards, but continuing to keep the pressure on Vermont, who just cannot get it out. Another bad giveaway for Vermont. Hughes takes it, but Norris couldn't quite hold it in, so finally the Catamounts get out into the defensive end. Slaker puts it off the boards, and in on an aggressive forecheck is Jimmy Lambert. Slaker is down there, continuing to battle, and it gets flipped up into the benching area, and it will stay in the Vermont end.
And that previous shot, I believe, came off of Stefanos Lakos' either his wrist pad or his shoulder, either way on his right side. Good positioning by Lakos, therefore. Now Michigan, 25 shots. That puts Lakos with 23 saves. A lot of these shots have not been bad shots. Lakos really putting the second period on his back for Vermont.
Yeah, it's been a very aggressive period for the Wolverines. Shots 9-2 in favor of Michigan. Score 3-2 still in period number 2, 8:36 remaining. You'd like to see Michigan get that tying goal before the end of the period.
Yes, absolutely. And you and I said before, Michigan really getting a lot of shots off. They now have 9 off against Vermont's 2 in this second period. Really, the way Michigan should play is if really just play the way they play and the way they've played thus far this period, and that goal is going to come.
Yeah, if you keep pressing for another almost 30 minutes, we just passed the halfway point of this hockey game. If Michigan continues to press, they will get chances and they will get opportunities to score. They've definitely looked like the better team finally after a very slow start, but they're going to need to actually convert on some of these chances to salvage face in this game.
Yeah, and it's something that this isn't something unfamiliar to Michigan. There was a Notre Dame game last December, 2-1 at the end of the first period, and 2-1 was the final score in the favor of the Fighting Irish. Notre Dame, of course, one of the great defensive teams in college hockey. Michigan really should not expect something like that to happen again, but they really need to force the issue.
Well, Vermont wins the faceoff from their own end. Esposito got it into Coughlin. Vermont has done a good job to be really aggressive using their speed. Jack Randall playing out there alongside Becker and Luke Morgan. Interesting alignment. Boca pinches up to keep it in the Vermont end. That's where a lot of the play in the last 5 minutes has taken place as Michigan has continued to press. Becker, Morgan, everybody on that left wing side trying to dig it free as it ricochets around. Morgan goes in after it, chipped up into the air. Randall played it down, looking for Jack Becker, not able to connect with him. Randall watching a good aggressive forecheck there. Nick Pastuov not able to keep it in. Vermont sends it all the way back down, but they got a tip on it past half ice, so no icing as Michigan will get the attackers set back up. Boca, long stretch pass right on the money for Slaker, but he was in offsides.
And that's the right call there. And a bit of a potential chance there nullified by, I believe that was Morgan there taking the puck down with his glove and then trying to sling it out to Becker. Unfortunately, really rushed there. Correction, it was Jack Randall. And very unfortunate there. Randall almost didn't even, barely seemed to have a look at Becker before slinging that pass out. Looked like almost a little bit rushed.
So here we go, face-off now for the Wolverines. They lose it. At the point, a shot high and rising deflects off of Warren. Pass into the middle, gets tipped up in the air, and it trickles out to center ice. That's where Evers picks it up, sends it to a defense mate, Carter Long. Vermont with a quick opportunity, but just not able to do much with it. Blankenberg takes it free. He's been pretty steady tonight. He's made some freshman mistakes, and that's a bad pass off the stick of Lockwood, and it'll go all the way down for an icing.
Yeah, Blankenberg really playing a very frenzied style tonight. There we saw that diving extension of the stick to spread the puck out wide, far well away from the goal. Blankenberg had some good moments, however. Unfortunately, he's been left a little bit isolated, not playing as far forward as the other defensemen, and something that has been exploited a little bit.
Face-off won by Vermont. They have a quick opportunity. The puck just goes wide of the net. Connor O'Neill scrapping down in front of Hayden Levine had an opportunity. Massey going to chip on up, and now another penalty coming to the Wolverines. It's going to be a slash as the stick was slashed right out of the hands of Massey, and Blankenberg chatting with him. Norris comes on over and gives him a shove.
Yeah, and that's the right call there, and Michigan needs to be careful not to lose their head. We talked about Norris. Norris took that first penalty early on in the first period that conceded the first goal and put Michigan largely in this hole, and that's something that they're really going to have to watch out for. And Norris needs to know he's not wearing the A tonight as the alternating captain, even though he is one of the four. Those are being worn by Lockwood and Slaker, and he needs to know to stay away from the referees in situations like that where it can potentially get heated.
So it'll be Luke Martin going to the box, another crucial penalty kill for the Wolverines. Their last one was pretty successful because they were on the forecheck most of the time, never really let Vermont have any chances. Saccone cycles it on around, and quickly out here comes Norris. He's got Lockwood, sends it down for Lockwood. Oh, right out in front, gets tripped up into the air, and the net went off, and they have to blow the whistle. Face-off will come to the left of Lakos.
Really unfortunate there for Lockwood. Lockwood had the puck in on goal. He had the space. He saw the space. However, excellent play there by Stefanos Lakos. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I think we may as well give him the benefit of the doubt here, making himself big, making Lockwood try to get around him. Yeah, Lockwood unable to pull that off.
Yeah, he poke-checked it beautifully. Got the stick right on the puck. It did trip Lockwood up into the air, but it got the puck first. So that's a clean poke check from Lakos to prevent a grade A scoring chance. Again, shorthanded. This is the second straight penalty kill where Michigan has gotten a great shorthanded look. Vermont brings it right on in, and a shot and a chance. It comes free short side, and then Michigan clears it on down. 6:27 remaining in period number 2. $1:28
and that's
on the power play.
And that's really the first penalty kill clear all the way down the ice for Michigan this game.
Yeah, they've been definitely trying to do the forechecking themselves rather than just straight clears, but there's another one from Nick Boca. Going in after it quickly is Morgan. Sent around the boards. Raby chases after Carter Long, who gives the puck away. Raby gets it free. He's out there with Van Wy. Raby falls down, trying to sell a penalty. Not going to get one. Vermont now under a minute remaining in the power play. They've got an opportunity, skating down the right wing side, holding with it, going to move on in. Puck gets deflected out and then sent all the way back down by Van Wy. He's going to be the first to chase in after it, allowing his guys to get a change. He will need to get off at some point. Turning around with it, Vermont falling down to the ice The winger looking for Long, but not able to hold it in the offensive end, so Vermont comes back out. Another good penalty kill from Michigan in terms of being an active forechecking team. Jack Randall out there, and then sent all the way back down the ice by Saccone. Nudged aside by Lakos. 5 seconds on the penalty kill. Luke Morgan in after it. 3 seconds, 2. And that will conclude the Vermont power play. Another good penalty kill from the Wolverines, allowing just one shot and getting one of their own on that penalty kill. 4:48 remaining in period 2. Shots 26-16 Wolverines, but 3-2 Catamounts is the score. Skating around with it was Slaker. Now it falls to Quinn Hughes. You have to think Quinn Hughes is going to try to make a big play at some point. Finding Becker. Becker around the left wing side. Becker holds, waits, and he turns. Fell down to the ice for a split second, looking behind him for potentially Morgan. Not able to connect with it. 4:18 to go. Saccone, a good body check. Slaker's able to get down there and pick it up. Becker applies a solid check and then flipped up into the air off the end boards. 4:05 remaining. Michigan holds it. Battled around there in the corner. Saccone has come over to help Slaker to try to get it free as the Catamounts were really testing, and now the puck is free in front of the net. Battled away. A dangerous opportunity as Michigan just could never get their hands on the puck. That'll count as a shot, but really just jamming away there as it gets wristed high into the air, falls into the Catamount end. They clear it free just long enough. Michigan's got to get back on sides, and they do. Out at the center, Coughlin had it taken. Lockwood takes it away. He skates on in with it. He waits. Going to try to curl to the middle. Should have centered it and didn't. And now Vermont brings it out the other way. Blankenberg's got to hurry as a strong rush outcome by the Catamounts. Bounces off the glove of Levine as a shot there. Now over to the middle. Here comes Lockwood once again after another good opportunity. Gets it to the middle. Blankenberg and Vermont doing a good job just to keep it out of their own end. Martin rekindles. Hits the stick of Lockwood, who spins, curls with it, just past the blue line, out to the midline. That's where Josh Norris has it. Norris turns around, looks for Lockwood. Lockwood just going to bring it in past the blue line. He gets bodied hard, but coming in quickly with it was Pastuov down below Norris. He waits, going to curl with it, finds Luce. Excellent pass, looking down low for Lockwood. Back to Luce. And he'll just rim it around the boards looking for Josh Norris. Norris holds, cuts to the middle, waits, turns with it. Now just going to put it off the boards for Pastuov. Down behind, Pastuov curls. He's got Luce out at the point. Luce really struggling to hold on to the puck right now. Finds Boca looking down for Norris. This is almost a power play. Luce continues to hold, but no one is shooting. Finally, they take a shot through traffic. Becker's going to be the first one there to collect the rebound. He tries to wrap it around, and Vermont does a good job to keep it away. And now a long clear from the Catamounts. Icing waved off. Levine comes quickly out, plays it off the boards, looking for Griffin Luce. He plays it on up for Brendan Warren, and that puck gets deflected. Vermont was offsides, so they have to wait to get back on. Long stretch pass. Boca not able to connect with Becker, but it got enough of his stick that icing was waved off as it goes back into the Vermont defensive end. They quickly get it on out. But again, just small rushes as Hughes picks it up. 90 seconds to go. We action for about the last 3 minutes. Squirts on into the middle. Becker's got it just past the blue line. Now the midline. Bounces it off the boards. Warren to go in after it. Lakos over to the side. And it continues to bounce. Frechette was just not able to get it out. Now he does across center ice into his offensive end. But a nice job by Van Wy to deny him there. 1:10 remaining. Skating with it was Owen Grant. Finds it aside. A shot goes right in on net. Nice stop by Levine. And now a bad giveaway from Quinn Hughes, who tried to do too much right there as it's in the corner. Saccone pokes it free, looking to get his offense a rush. Raby tries to find Nolan Moyle. Not able to do so. Raby gets hit hard to the ice. His stick got knocked out, and now we have a whistle. Looks like the faceoff will come to center ice.
Yeah, almost down there. It looked like Raby, for a second there, almost got his helmet knocked off. Needed to take an extra second there on the ice to refasten his helmet and his face cage. And this exchange really the last 3 minutes has been really positive for Michigan. However, at the same time, also quite frustrating. Had some excellent chances. Lockwood coming in on the center, nearly about 45 seconds of sustained possession in the zone and only able to get off 2 shots and not able to convert either shot into a goal.
A tad hesitant is Michigan on their shots. 30 seconds remaining as they had it in the offensive end, and then quickly breaking out with it was Vermont. Coughlin just goes flying down the ice. He's a good skater, but Martin takes it away. He finds Lambert on the left wing. Lambert's going to leave it behind for Slaker. He's got an opportunity. Pastuov, a tip in front. Not able to convert. A great chance set up there by Jake Slaker. 15 seconds remaining. Coming over, Michigan takes the puck away. Martin finds Blankenberg. 7 seconds remaining. Blankenberg just gets across the blue line. He'll send it in on Lakes, and that will end the second period of play. So no scoring in that second period after a really busy first period, but Michigan clearly the better team in that period, but not able to get the equalizer.
Yes, very frustrating second period from a Michigan perspective. There's a lot of good takeaways there. The sustained offensive possession is wonderful. The passing still good. The penalty killed off 2 penalties. Very positive going forward in tonight and throughout the season. However, that all comes with the counterbalance of not able to equalize this game, and now they have 1 period to try and pull this game out.
Shots 11-6 Michigan in that period, no score. 3-2 Vermont remains the score. We will be back in about 15 minutes. And we are back here for the third period of action between the Michigan Wolverines and the Vermont Catamounts. Our score, Vermont 3, Michigan 2. A big crucial third period. Michigan needs at least one goal to get the tie. 2 for the win. Yeah. How do they do it?
If you're Mel Pearson, you tell them play exactly the same way you played in the second. It was 11-2, I believe, was the disparity in shots in that second period.
11-6.
11-6. Excuse me. Between Michigan and Vermont in that period. Keep playing the way you were playing. Possess the puck, get chances, take them, and eventually a puck is going to have to go in. You have your high percentage shots, and you take them, and theoretically, eventually you'll get one. I wouldn't bet on Vermont being able to hold them out for 2 straight periods with the way that they played last period. However, it isn't impossible, so therefore, Michigan, you got to act with a little bit of urgency in that situation. But if you're Michigan, you play the way you played the second half. You take your shots, you possess the puck, and you just play the odds from there.
About 30 seconds to puck drop. The game recap. Vermont scored 2 times right off the bat. 1 on the power play, 1 at even strength in the first 4 minutes of the game to take a 2-0 lead. Michigan answered with a pair of power play goals within a minute of each other to tie the game, but then a Max Kaufman even strength goal at 15:36 of the first period is the difference in this one. Michigan really pressed for a lot of that second period, but were just never able to come up with the equalizer, but they've got 20 more minutes to do it. And the home opener for Michigan hockey against Vermont. Once again, Mel Pearson sends out his second line to begin the period. And once again, Kevin Snedden sends out his first line to begin the period for Vermont. It'll be Luke Morgan against Liam Coughlin in the face-off dot. To start period number 3, 20 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Coughlin and Morgan put their sticks down, and Morgan wins it back. Hughes across to Ciccone, up to Becker, who just taps it with his stick. It rolls all the way down. Lakos will sling it around the boards, goes just past Morgan, and out they skate the other way. Coughlin going right on in, and an opportunity nudged to the side of Levine. Ciccone digs it out, looking for Becker along the wing. Becker will pick it on up, and he skates past the midline, chips it up into the air, looking for Brendan Warren, who goes in after it. Warren gets checked hard, but does a good job to win the puck. Finds Ciccone at the point, who slings it across for his defense mate Hughes, who skates right in. He takes a shot. It hit the post, I believe. Michigan continues to find the iron tonight. Luke Morgan's got it down there. Michigan pressing offensively. Ciccone skates over to the middle. He takes a shot, deflected in front, and cleared out by Vermont. Just past the Michigan blue line, and we have a delayed penalty coming on Vermont, so Michigan will have a power play. Levine goes to the bench for the 6th skater as a delayed penalty. Ciccone, yikes, just flips it up into the air, looking for a man in the center of the ice. It goes into the Vermont. The penalty will be enforced to the Catamounts, and an opportunity for Michigan now.
And right there, that was a good defensive play prior, just at the start of the period. Coughlin able to take away the puck just at the start, in on the goal by himself. However, good play by the defenseman there, Hughes and Ciccone, locking up, taking away his passing lanes and not letting him get set for the shot, and just forcing him to go right into Levine and not able to get a shot off. And now
it'll be Jake Massey going into the box. Not sure what the penalty was. He wasn't really sure either.
Cross-checking.
Arguing with the official. Cross-checking is the call. Vermont wins the draw, and Carter Long is able to clear it out from that right defensive point position. Levine hands it off. Michigan 2 for 3 tonight. A lot of shots on their power plays. 14 shots, as a matter of fact. Out comes Michigan. Boca slings it into the middle. Becker, an opportunity. Puck comes free out in front. Slaker, backhand try, and it goes into the belly of Lakos. Boca might have been shaken up. He's skating out at center ice, grimacing a bit, hunched over.
Yeah, Mel Pearson sees that. He's rotating the entire line. Boca will come off.
It'll be the first unit going out there. Norris, Lockwood, and Pastuov with Ciccone and Hughes. Obviously so dangerous. 18:26 left in period 3, a full 94 seconds remaining on the penalty to Massey. Norris wins the draw. Hughes takes it. Hughes skates into the middle. Hughes cranks a slap shot right into the glove of Lakos. Saw it all the way.
And there we go. There's two chances in quick succession there for Michigan. Two pretty good chances for that matter, and that's really what they need to do. Power plays, they don't necessarily need to score on this power play. However, they do need to establish their dominance in this period. And you can see on previous power plays, even ones where they haven't been able to score, they've been able to maintain possession for long stretches right afterwards.
Norris wins the draw once again. Hughes has to come right up to scoop up the puck. He stands on the right wing side, gives it off to Norris at the point. Now Hughes skates up on the right point, lost it off his stick. That's a bad miss. Michigan's going to have to get back on sides. Hughes lays it back for Norris, who gives it to Ciccone as they get set up. Ciccone will leave it behind for Hughes. They're doing a lot of stick work to try to get set up. Norris skates right on into the offensive zone, and they'll get set up. Norris on the right wing side tries to lay it in down low, looking for Pastuov, who gets pressed up hard against the boards, but able to get it free is Norris. A quick shot to Ciccone, who one-times it into the blocker of Lakos. Michigan, in the midst of a change, had to be careful not to get a too-many-men penalty as they still have about 40 seconds remaining. Hughes, typical good skater, gives it off to Norris. Norris along the wing, gives it out in front. Hughes an opportunity, who has to curl with it. Lakos is out of the net, goes around. Another chance, Becker in front. Pastuov, a point-blank try. And Lakos got the glove there. Norris across, looking for Ciccone, who curls with it. 20 seconds left on the Michigan power play. Hughes has got it. He skates around to Vermont players. Got a chance. Oh, Norris, I thought that was in. Norris has a great chance denied across the crease. Hughes skates on in a chance. Lakos gets the glove on it. 4 seconds remaining. Holy mackerel. I don't know how those shots didn't go in.
I'm with you. I thought that that shot from Slaker was in on the top. However, Stefanos Lakos has played an absolutely fantastic game tonight, particularly after the first period.
4 seconds remaining on the Michigan power play. They're up to 34 shots. Lakos has saved 32 of them. 16:56 remaining in period 3. The junior goaltender from Elburn, Illinois, has been pretty good for Vermont tonight. It'll be Randall, the freshman, to take the draw. He wins it. Slaker grabs it. A quick shot, rebound. Chance in front of the net and just could not get it home. Puck got bounced up into the air. Michigan tried to keep it in. Lambert unable to do so. Vermont finally back to even strength. Slaker picks it up in the neutral zone. Michigan going to continue to press on the forecheck. And Vermont had it for a split second, and it just got lost. Esposito taps it to make sure there's no icing as Levine has to come out, grab it behind his own net. Randall plays it off the boards high up into the air. Slaker in after it, along with Jimmy Lambert. And Jack Randall will pick it up. Lambert's got it. He skates on in, and they call Randall offsides. He got hit hard at the blue line. Crowd does not like that call, and we have a whistle with 16:17 remaining in period number 3.
And there we go. That's another offside call. The player offside leading to getting hit after a play, and something that the crowd, once again, really not happy about.
Fourth line finally comes out for Michigan. Van Wy wins the draw. Moyle plays it back to Luce. This has been a total domination by Michigan really since the second period began, but Lakos has single-handedly kept Vermont not just in the lead, but in this game altogether. Michigan's got 16 minutes exactly to try and get the tying goal. Frechette sends it around for Vermont as the Catamounts now have an opportunity. Goes down into the corner, back out to the point, and a shot. Ooh, nice save by Levine. Not sure he saw it. Bounced off his blocker. Continuing to cycle around down below. Moyle applies a good check. A 27-on-27 check there. Corey Thomas was the man being checked by Moyle. Boca, nice pass out to Van Wy, who's going to try to turn on the Jets. He's going to take a shot. It not able to be corralled by Lakos. Raby picks it up on the top corner of the offensive end. Now goes back out to center ice. Hughes out to Ciccone. They sling it on in. Lakos grabs it with his glove, leaves it to the side for his defenseman. Michigan now coming in aggressively. Morgan is going to take that puck away, get it out in front. An opportunity, puck deflected right out in front of Lakos. He puts the trapper down, and we've got a whistle. Some pushing and shoving going on. Morgan looking at a few Catamounts in front of the net as the whistle sounds. 15:07 remaining, shots 36-20 now in favor of Michigan.
And this is really just some frustration starting to boil over for Michigan. They've been pressing on and on and on, really now for the last, I would almost say, half hour of ice time between the end of the first period, the entire second period, and now in this third period. And Vermont, particularly Lakos, standing very strong up there on the defensive end and preventing them out, and Michigan really just getting frustrated. You saw that Van Wy, before he came off, laying out a Catamount player.
Hughes curls around behind the net, has to turn around and do a quick 360 spin move, and Vermont sensed that, got a little too fancy, but they were not able to quite get it out. Pastrov, an excellent job to keep it in. Slaker quickly to it, plays it to Ciccone, who swings it around. Now behind the net, an opportunity battled for. Slaker there along with Lambert. And now along the wing, here goes Vermont. Hughes, a nice job to take that puck away. Lambert crashed down hard in the neutral zone. And now the Catamounts chip it on down. Hughes goes in after it. Shots 37-20 in favor of Michigan. They have been on the attack 10-1 here in period number 3 in favor of shots. It was 11-6 in the second. Massey puts it along the boards as Michigan got a wholesale change there. And Vermont with an opportunity. Craig Puffer brings it into the zone. Battled for down behind. Puck is picked up by Blankenberg. A nice little heads-up play to get it to Lockwood. And now here comes Pastrov. Pastrov skates in across the blue line, gives it over to Norris. Finding Lockwood, the trailer, his shot. Waited too long with it. Lakos was able to sense it. It should have been a one-timer as the goalie makes a save.
Will Lockwood, possibly Michigan's strongest player tonight there with the goal. A couple more excellent chances, some good shots. And you can see it there. He's frustrated, slamming his stick on the ice. He is just extremely frustrated that he has not been able to. And actually, Lockwood down in the box, looks, on the bench, looked like getting some attention, almost looked like his knee.
Yeah, he's down on his knees, and they're helping him with something right around the thigh pads. We've got the bagpipes going in the Children of Yost student section. 13:59 remaining. Michigan out shooting Vermont 11-1 in this third period. You can't think this is sustainable for Vermont, but you never know.
And Lockwood looks incredibly frustrated, in a lot of pain. Lockwood, as we said, missed the entire second half of last season after sustaining a shoulder injury at World Juniors. And even still, before that in his freshman season, he missed the equivalent of about a month's worth of hockey after getting boarded into a wall, sustaining a neck injury. And he's taking a seat. And
yeah, they continue to look at his right knee, getting ready to start back up. The crowd goes wild for the bagpipes guy. Norris gets booted out of the faceoff circle. They're going to make Becker take it, as Lockwood cannot be out there, as he is still seated in the bench area. Unable to win it is Jack Becker. They play it over to the middle, but a nice job to keep it in. Becker was Johnny on the spot to keep it on in. And now the puck held in at the point by Blankenberg. Gets deflected out in front of rolling puck in front of the net. Pastrov battling down there with Blankenberg and Norris. And now out comes the Catamounts the other way. Intercepted by Martin. A nice play in the middle, but allows Alvaro to get past him. Pastrov bodies Alvaro, but Esposito gets the puck. A quick chance to center in front of the net. Blankenberg takes it away, skates over, and gives it off to Martin, who hands it over to Norris as Michigan mostly gets a change. Nice defensive play by the men in green as it gets sent all the way back down into the Michigan defensive zone. Quinn Hughes down there with Joe Ciccone. They all battle around, continuing to hold along the wing. Misley sends it across where Ciccone will pick it up, but he kind of stumbled and lost it. But Vermont really not forechecking aggressively at all, trying to mitigate Michigan's offensive chances. Warren out there with Randall, continuing to battle for, and it gets flipped up into the air, bringing it on. A shot, and it goes into the trapper of Levine for a whistle.
And Will Lockwood still seated, moving his knee. They're not really doing anything too invasive. almost looks like, if anything, he either perhaps a bit of a roll or maybe he even pulled a muscle, but looks a bit more relaxed, doesn't appear to be in that much pain anymore, however, still no inclination towards getting up.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting back and resting for the moment. Michigan will send the third line out there, Slaker and Pastuov. And Pastuov wins the draw back to Quinn Hughes. Hughes corrals it, 12:35 remaining, still plenty of time for Michigan to get a goal, and they're going to have another power play upcoming. Referee's hand went into the air, not sure what it was, but Levine heads to the box for the extra skater, 6-on-5 Michigan. 12:20 remaining in the third period as Hughes skates on in aggressively into the offensive end and got too fancy there. I would have liked to see him at least take a shot as he left it behind himself and Lodermeyer touched it. We head to another Michigan power play. Trying to see who it is heading into the box. It's going to be number 14, it looks like, Ace Cowens from Beverly, Massachusetts, out of Waterloo in the USHL. And so Michigan, another 2-minute power play opportunity.
And Michigan fans should be excited to see this. Will Lockwood up and seated on the bench. Don't know if they're going to put him in. Looks like
Michigan called their timeout.
Mel Pearson may choose to be a bit cautious, not play Lockwood for at least a little bit of time. But the fact that he's up and on the bench again is an encouraging sight indeed. And now he's back out on the ice.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be able to put him back out there. He was just skating around for a quick second. I guess testing the knee. It looked like, yeah, he's tapping the right foot. Continues to skate in circles right around the Coca-Cola logo in front of the Michigan bench, where Mel Pearson is drawing up how he wants his guys to attack this power play. It's now going to be the, let's take a look.
And you saw Lockwood getting
fourth power play of the game.
And you saw Lockwood getting into that huddle, coming back out on the ice. He gave the signal. He gave a signal to Mel Pearson, and it looks like he will, unfortunately, go back and take a seat.
Yeah, not quite full strength for Lockwood, so he's going to sit back down as the end of the timeout expires. I think Pearson did that so Lockwood could test his leg. At least the timeout there.
Lockwood evidently able to skate right there, however.
Yeah, just not enough, I guess, that he wanted to go back out. Bagpiper Dude finishes another rendition as Michigan gets set to go. Norris wins the draw out to Ciccone. Ciccone takes a shot that got tipped up in the air, high and rising over the net. Becker picks it up down behind. Pastuov there, battled for. It's a hard scrap in the corner. Michigan finally does pick it up. Quinn Hughes skates down the right wing with it. He's going to try to pass to the center, looking for Becker, but nothing was open there. Vermont all over it. They're able to clear it back down. 11:50 remaining. 1:30 on the power play for the Wolverines. Shots 38-21 in favor of Michigan, but still trailing 3-2. Ciccone skates out with it, leaves it behind himself. Quinn Hughes, quick connection with Norris. Josh Norris puts on the brakes and tried to find the middle. Couldn't do it. Ciccone gets it over to Pastuov and Hughes. It's another sloppy play. That's the second time today he's been unable to hold the puck in, costing Michigan a chance, and now Hughes will try to do something with it. He loses it off of his stick. Pretty rough 15 seconds there for Quinn Hughes.
If there's any indictment of Quinn Hughes' performance tonight, he's demonstrated, obviously, his talent. He's demonstrated why the Canucks drafted him at number 7 in June, but if anything, an indictment on him tonight is that he's tried to do way too much.
Yep, and that pass from Norris to Hughes went under his stick. Hughes just really having a rough shift right now as Vermont has successfully just killed off about a minute of the power play with really no harm done. Norris over in the corner, tipped off the stick of Lambert, who gave it over to Hughes. Lambert's going to do a nice job to get it back to Hughes. Tips it into the middle, looking for Nolan Moyle, and then Vermont clears it back down. A pretty terrible power play for Michigan as the final 15 seconds about to burn off. 10:25 remaining in period number 3. Wolverines still looking for the equalizer. They've only ceded 2 shots to Vermont in the first 10 minutes of this period. Pastuov brings it on in, sends it along the boards. Vermont back out of the penalty box and yet even strength. Boca's going to hold it at the right point. He's going to feed it into the corner, looking for Lambert in the middle, unable to get there. But Luce does a good job to hold it in. Now Boca's going to pinch up to do the same. Michigan with a much better offensive rush right here at even strength than they ever had on the man advantage. Pastuov into the corner, battled and flipped up into the air. Luce knocks it over, and then a nice toe drag by Nick Boca to dodge Catamounts, who were quick to get a change. Boca skates up the right wing, looking to the middle for Slaker. Slaker, puck is free in front, and Boca was not able to hold it in. Back out the neutral zone where Jack Randall scoops it up. They put it off the boards. Slaker tips it. Van Wy goes in after it. The fourth line back out there for the Wolverines. Raby at the point. Hits it back down. Van Wy's got it along the boards. Van Wy skates with it. Now he's going to curl over into the middle. A backhand try. Loose in front of the net. Tipped up high into the air. Michigan finds it. Skating with it. Dakota Raby. He takes a shot. Saved by Letkus. A good screen in front. Martin at the point. He does a good job to hold it in. Once again, batting it with his hand. Does 2 great efforts to extend opportunities. Michigan not able to convert there. Jack Randall skates down the right wing. He's going to come hard, crashing right in, tripped up. And did they give him a penalty shot? They're going to give him a trip. It looks like just another 2-minute penalty coming, and another power play chance for Michigan, as that was shot number 40 with 8:48 remaining in period number 3.
Yeah, that extra 2 minutes, probably the right call there. I wouldn't, he denied an opportunity, yes. However, Randall was going outside. I don't think that is necessarily a clear-cut chance that Randall was going to shoot.
No.
So, as a result, I think that's a good call.
Christian Evers will go to the penalty box. 8:48 remaining in this third period of action. Vermont still leads 3-2. Michigan's third power play of the period. Their first one was very strong. Second one, not so much.
And a little bit of clarification, the penalty 5 minutes ago to Ace Cowens was for high sticking.
Gotcha.
And this penalty for to Evers is tripping.
Yeah. .48 remaining. Both teams now coming out onto the ice. Michigan's got about 9 minutes to find that equalizer. They were a pretty clutch team a year ago, had some big goals and big games. Of course, the game tire against Notre Dame in the Frozen Four. We'll see if they can come up with one here on the power play. Pastuov was able to corral the draw won by Norris. Hughes skates right in with it. Backhand pass for Ciccone wasn't on the tape, so it took him a second to corral. Lockwood back onto the ice. He's the one holding with it. Looks across, got Norris, a tip in front. Oh, and Pastuov's chance just got deflected over the net. Norris on the right wing. He skates right in. Puck is free. It's loose in front. No one can find it. And now can Hughes hold it in? Oh, they call it offsides. Just does get across the blue line. Michigan, another great opportunity or 2 on that power play, still unable to convert.
And the boos raining down from the student section here at Yost Ice Arena. Michigan really had some bad luck with offsides. However, a lot of them have been legit. They just have not played as cleanly as you would hope from a team that's ranked in the top 5.
Yeah, I think that was the right call, but we didn't have a good angle to see that. And the referee was all over it. Norris wins the draw back to Ciccone. Ciccone finds Pastuov, who chips it on deep. 1:30 remaining. Plenty of time for Michigan on the power play. 8 minutes to go in the game. Vermont 3, Michigan 2. Wolverines with the man advantage. Digging it in the corner. Norris gets it out. Finds Ciccone at the left point. He waits with it. He's going to take a shot. It got deflected. Knocked down in front of the net was Pastuov. And Michigan unable to hold it in. Hughes couldn't grab that one. Levine taps it over to Ciccone. And with 7:45 remaining, Michigan Gets Becker out onto the ice. Norris is still out there. Cross ice pass from Hughes to Norris. Norris manages to get by the defender Massey, and he leaves it behind. Not sure who it was for, but Hughes is able to grab it once it ricochets up to the point. He skates down right around the red line. That's where he holds it. Looks for Norris at the point. Norris waits with it, looks for Hughes. Hughes backhand flip over to Norris. Norris on the left side, gonna skate down with it, leaves it behind. Waits across, here's Hughes. He's gonna take a shot purposefully wide. No one there on the back door to tip it in. Saccone sends it around looking for Michael Pastuov. Norris does a good job to get in position and get it to Hughes. Finds Norris. He's going to skate over to the middle, and the puck comes free. Hughes has got it. Back to Norris at the point. 5 seconds remaining. They got to shoot it. Hughes a one-time chance. Oh, Saccone just couldn't put it in. It's loose in front. They battle away at it. Puck comes free, and Vermont able to chip but not quite get it out. Norris continues to hold it. He is totally gassed. Hughes has got it. He's going to take a shot. It's blocked up into the air. Saccone a shot, and Lakos will get the glove on it. 6:33 remaining. 45 shots for Michigan. Stefanos Lakos has been Vermont's entire team for the past about 35 minutes, and he's getting that much closer to stealing a win.
And I don't know if Lakos even made the best decision by covering that up. He was surrounded by Catamounts. It makes sense logically, however. Josh Norris still on the ice playing closest. Norris running on empty. By covering that up, you've stopped the play and allowed Norris to come out.
6:32. Luke Morgan wins the draw. Brendan Warren a quick shot right off the draw, and it goes high and over top. Warren comes right back and takes it away in the neutral zone, and he's going to bring Michigan aggressively in. They chip it down behind the Michigan net, or behind the Vermont net, as Michigan back in the offensive end. Jack Randall down there with Luke Morgan. They continue to battle for it, and Vermont takes it free. They look over to the side, and they connect with Alvaro. He wrists it down. Griffin Luce goes in after it. Luce going to find an opportunity, and Vermont's now got a chance. They're going to take a shot wide of Levine as he blocked it aside. Vermont now a couple chances, really their first chance all third period. Luke Morgan turning on the Jets, down the wing, going to try to cut to the middle. He gets turned around, puck comes free in front of the net. Oh, it just goes wide. Continued to battle for in the corner. Randall's got it. And then Vermont quickly takes it away just past center ice and allowing all the Catamounts to change. A nice play by Max Kaufman. Gets fresh legs for his side on the ice. 5:20 remaining. Blankenberg, he's going to be real aggressive with a forecheck. Stepping all the way up. He goes around behind. Right in front. Slaker, a chance, and it's saved by Lakos off his stick. A point-blank opportunity. And Pastuov tried to leave it out in front. Nobody there. Martin holds it. And now Pastuov puts it off the boards. Going in with it is Lambert into the corner. He's trying to find Luke Martin, who does a great job as he's falling to keep it in, but was unable to finish the deal. Levine comes out, plays it with his stick. 4:40 remaining. This is where it gets to crunch time for Michigan. Got to find a score somehow. They have 47 shots on Stefanos Lakos, who has put together one of the best goaltending performances I've ever seen over the past about 30 minutes or so. Levine just nudges the puck aside, letting his defenseman set it up. Forwards coming out onto the ice. Martin just across center into the glove of Lakos. He's going to hold it there. 4:10 remaining. Man.
And right there, Vermont giving themselves a breathing room. And this is where, if you're Michigan, you're really, and to a certain degree, yeah, 4 minutes is a long time. Even in the game of hockey, you can still relax and play your game. However, this is the point where where Neil Pearson really has to control his team. 4 minutes left, 48 shots, no goals scored since about the halfway point in the first period for Michigan. This is where frustration is going to set in, and it's understandable, extremely frustrating. They've had some excellent moments on the puck, but it's been largely wasteful. They haven't been able to string anything together, and it's just a case of keeping your head on, but while simultaneously understanding that you have to step up now. there isn't necessarily going to be a next time in this game.
Lekos a .957 save percentage, and yet he's ceded 2 goals. Pretty rare to see that. You got to give up a lot of shots in order for that to happen, and Vermont has done that. Their defense has given him 0 help, but he has done it all, and he's oh so close to putting the team on its back and getting them a big win. But Michigan will have their fair share of chances to even the game. Van Wy in the faceoff dot, getting ready, and it's battled for. Puck comes into the corner, and Vermont clears it out. Hughes in the neutral zone, just past his own logo, and a bad pass intercepted by the Catamounts. Ciccone takes it away, gets it up to Nolan Moyle. Moyle puts it off the boards. Raby and Van Wy go in after it. Rimmed around where Hughes, a hard push from behind. No call. Vermont controls. They just flip it up as they simply chip it on into the Michigan end, allowing more Catamounts to get onto the ice. Moyle comes across the midline, leaves it behind, and a lackadaisical play from Hughes was not there where that pass was left for him. He does need to get off, and he finally does. Coughlin in on sides for Vermont. They're just trying to kill off the clock. 3:20 remaining in this game. Boca goes in after it, and Vermont trying to pinch it out in the corner. Coughlin double team. Ciccone giving him a hard check. Off the boards, in between the legs. Nice play there. Boca out for Norris. Norris leaves it for Nick Boca, who comes flying in the offensive end, tries to center it, can't connect. Luce eventually picks it up. Norris has got it along the right wing corner. He leaves it for Boca, and a bad miss there. Norris, just a soft pass for Boca, and another lazy miss. The Michigan defensemen have not been sharp enough in the last 5 minutes in keeping pucks in the offensive end. They eventually cycle it back down. Michael Pashtuov there alongside Jack Becker. Becker's going to pick it up and flip it in front of the net. Nobody there. Vermont doing their best defending of the game here in the last minute and a half. And now an opportunity right up front. They score!
And, well, that's really what happens when you can't score when you need to. And the numbers pressing forward, keep trying to get that goal. So many chances missed, and right there, as you put more numbers forward, you leave more space at the back, and there's a break, and Vermont finally able to convert one into that 4th goal, probably putting this game out of reach.
Yep, Nick Boca was in a terrible position. He left Luke Martin out to dry, and it's been a really rough game for Nick Boca. That'll be, I believe, a -3 for him on the contest. 2:21 remaining, and Vermont takes a 4-2 lead, a 2-on-1 conversion, and that's been the story of the game. Vermont has converted on the few chances they've gotten. Michigan didn't convert on hardly any of them. Pashtuov a quick shot in on Lekos, 2:10 remaining, and quite a stunner. The number 4 team in the country going to lose in their home opener to a team that was in the bottom 5 last year, but you got to give the player of the game is going to be Stefanos Lekos. I mean, this would have been probably a 7 or 8 goal performance for Michigan, if not for Lekos routinely stepping up and then his team giving him the slight cushion he needed. Michigan leaving the net empty with 2:10 remaining. Norris wins the draw, back to Hughes, across to Ciccone, tipped in front, opportunity, and Lambert took a shot, but he didn't have the puck. Hughes holds it along the right wing side. He's going to leave it behind himself for Ciccone. Ciccone skates across, holding it, and waits. Hughes takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Ciccone over to grab it on the left wing side, over to Hughes. Hughes skates to the middle, going to leave it for Jake Slaker. Slaker takes a shot, goes high and over top, deflected into the netting and out of play. That's shot number 50, and that's the story of the game. 48 shots for the Wolverines, just 2 goals.
And that's going to be the big takeaway from this game for Michigan. Never mind the penalty kill. The penalty kill was able to step up in the last 2 periods, but really it's just inefficiency and wastefulness on the offensive end for Michigan.
Like a baseball team that keeps leaving men on base, Michigan so many chances, but no answers, no finishers in tonight's game. Hughes corrals it along the boards. Now he cuts to the middle, leaves it behind for Joe Ciccone. Opportunity, they play it to the middle, just trying to do too much right there in front. 1:25 remaining. Hughes has got it. He's going to take a shot, sees it in front of the net. Becker, and then all the way back down the Catamounts, going for the empty net. Not quite able to get it. Ciccone beats Coughlin back down there for an icing.
And
1:14 remaining.
Michigan really needs this face-off win right here. Michigan largely been strong on the face-off in this third period, but now very urgent because as we saw there, that was almost a goal with the net empty.
And now Vermont's going to take their timeout with 1:14 remaining. Shots 50-23.
And really, the encapsulation of this entire game can be in Quinn Hughes' performance. Again, Hughes' talent, undeniable, on display here. His skating ability is unbelievable. His vision and passing, very good. But to a certain degree, Hughes is trying to do way too much. And largely, Vermont has succeeded in defending him by forcing him into a position where he has to do a lot. And he hasn't always been able to stand up to it. He's misplayed some easy passes. He hasn't always gotten shots off when he's needed to. And I suppose that's really his biggest weakness on the offensive end. Despite all the talent, he doesn't really have a shot that that other teams respect.
Yeah, that's the weakness for Hughes. And really, we talked about the defense as being a strength of the team. They have not been good tonight. This was a really rough night for the defense. I think, all things considered, yeah, the offense hasn't finished as much as you like, but I think the offense has been miles better than the defense tonight.
I agree.
Defense has been very indecisive, sloppy, and they've left their goalie hung out to dry way too many times. Norris to take the draw, 1:14 remaining. Michigan's got to score and score quick to have any shot at trying to get a second goal in this period. Lambert tries to dig it free. Norris is able to do so, puts it off the boards for Ciccone, barely keeps it in, gets it across for Hughes. Hughes takes a shot. Becker unable to tip it in. Slaker down behind the net. Michigan still playing 6-on-5 with the empty net. 55 seconds remaining. Ciccone to Hughes. Hughes, I think, broke his stick, snapped it in half, and now Vermont a chance to try and get an empty netter. Couldn't get it free. Massey lets it go out, and then all the way back down. 38 seconds remaining. Quinn Hughes skates in with it past the blue line, tries to get into the middle, and Vermont just takes it right away. And Vermont going to send it all the way down. They're going to hit the empty net. An impressive shot there from Max Kaufman. That's going to be his second goal tonight. Vermont's fifth of the evening, and that will do it with 27.2 seconds remaining. If there was any doubt, it's over now.
Yes, very much so. Over now. Hayden Levine comes back in the game. Essentially a concession right there. Not the performance that Mel Pearson wanted to open the season on the heels of a Frozen Four run.
Yeah, it really reminiscent of some of the early games last season in some ways, but the offense, you know, it was an odd contest. It's one where you were so much better than your opponent, but you were also so much worse in terms of doing the things that mattered. As play starts back up, 15 seconds remaining. Michigan just chips it on down. Nolan Moyle goes in after it. A hard check applied to him there. And as the final seconds tick away, Vermont Catamounts will finally get a huge win to begin their season. Our final score, Vermont 5, Michigan 2. Shots 50-24 in favor of the Wolverines. Not too often you outshoot an opponent by 26 and you lose by 3.
Yeah, something very frustrating here for the Wolverines. Yet again, inefficiency on offense, not something that can continue, and a fair amount of credit should be afforded to Stefanos Lakos. Excellent game tonight. Stood tall in that net and kept the pucks from getting into the net, but however, you can only blame so much of it on the other team, Michigan. And as you said, they had great moments on offense. That was really the equivalent of a football team that was excellent before the red zone. Unable to finish there, unable to create high percentage shots. Actually, I suppose that isn't even true. They created a fair amount of high percentage ones and just unable to convert. Norris missed 2 sitters in front of the net. Lockwood coming in. Good play by Lakos there to deny him. And it's something that Michigan really is going to have to work on, the offensive efficiency. And they got to clean up that defense. That was not a great performance there, especially on the deeper lines there.
I think in my opinion, the best defensive pairing tonight was the third one. I thought Blankenberg was very solid, especially for a freshman. I thought Luke Martin was very steady, but boy, Boca and Luce made a ton of mistakes, and Hughes and Ciccone weren't very good.
Yes, Boca and Luce really, and it's unfortunate they will receive a lot of the blame for the loss tonight. However, it wasn't just them. They did make a lot of mistakes. However, yeah, that top line, Ciccone and Hughes, really wasteful. Not really negligent of their defensive responsibility. Hughes especially. We talked about that. Hughes, with his talent, a big risk taker on the offensive end. Sometimes it pays off, as it demonstrated tonight. It really did not.
Yeah, and he also, yes, he took risks, but if you're going to take risks, you need to actually do something with those risks. A lot of cute play.
Yeah,
but I can't really recall him creating a lot of chances. He had a shot that went off the bar, and that's about it that I recall from him, and not really setting things up. The offensive creation was coming from Will Lockwood, who had an excellent night. I thought Norris was pretty fine. A lot of the forwards created the chances. They didn't finish, but we expected possession to be driven through Hughes. Didn't really happen tonight.
Yeah, and that part of that was Vermont's defensive alignment. They were able to essentially lock him out for much of the night, really from getting closer than the circles to that net. However, not just that, Quinn Hughes had a lot of issues with the fundamentals. He missed passes back to him. He missed play passes. He had bad shifts, and it's something that, and with his talent, there's no doubt he can correct that. However, that's something that him and the whole team are really going to have to work on, and the stars have been released for the game. Third star to Will Lockwood, the only Michigan player on the list.
He was the best player on the ice tonight for Michigan.
And the second star will go to Liam Coughlin of Vermont, and the first star, we both called it, and really can't argue against it, Stefanos Lakos.
No one was close to how well Stefanos Lakos played tonight, especially for all those, almost like 30 full minutes where Vermont did not take almost any shots offensively. Gave him no help defensively. It was basically a Michigan power play for 30 straight minutes, and he killed off all of it by himself. An excellent performance from him. Michigan won't play a real game until 2 weeks from now when they host Western Michigan here. That's a top 20 team, so Michigan's got to do some work in their next two exhibition contests against Waterloo and the U.S. National Development Team.
Yes, and we will deliver both of those games to you tomorrow at 4 o'clock here on YouTube. YouTube.com/WCBN Sports, and then next week at 7 o'clock on Friday night against the U.S. developmental team. That will also be an exhibition. However, that will be on air both on YouTube and on 88.3 WCBN FM Ann Arbor from 7 to 9. Interesting there, potential to see Quinn Hughes go up against his brother Jack, the presumed #1 pick in the upcoming June draft.
Yep, so that'll just about do it from us. Look forward for those future broadcasts. We'll have a podcast sometime in the next 2 weeks breaking down this massive a game. With that, Nick Hornberg, I'm Alex Strain. Good night, and go Blue.